One of my favorite questions in Deal Scrubber is, can I trust the CEO with my children? This is a very visceral question. And you think about it, if you're giving a presentation to a VC, right? And you're going on, and the VC is trying to figure out really if he can trust you, the CEO. He's not going to sit there and ask you the question, gee, John, can I trust you with my children? No, he's not going to ask that question, but he's thinking it. And it's really kind of unfair to you because he's asking the question, and he's answering the question based on how you're dressed, what your actions are, how you're presenting yourself, and any number of unfair things. So this question of trust is a common theme of these questions in Deal Scrubber that have to do with the CEO. And one of the things we do is we go through each of those questions and see how are you as a presenter, and how are you in terms of your appearance and your performance, your behavior, adding up on this whole trust issue. There are other questions in Deal Scrubber that deal with the product, technology, general questions about marketing, etc. But the questions on the CEO are really the most important ones, and there are 3 times as many questions on the CEO as there are on the product. And so we like to say, bet on the jockey, the CEO, and not on the horse being the product. So your presentation is probably very oriented towards the horse, that is, things that you're doing, your company, etc. Whereas it really needs to be more oriented towards trusting the CEO, which is not intuitive to you. And so we spent a lot of time on Deal Scrubber over a 6-week period. We do about 15 questions a week. You answer the questions on yourself, I answer the questions on you, and then we compare them. And where there's a big out trade, meaning let's say you think it's a 10 and I think it's a 2, we've got an issue there, and we have to circle those questions for the ultimate presentation so that we are able to preempt those questions before the VC asks them. We're going to answer those questions so they are not going to impact his decision as to whether or not he wants to move forward. This unique expert system, Deal Scrubber, gives you an unfair advantage. It puts you on a high ground, a high hill, relative to other deals that the VC is considering. Now, the next part of this class, which also takes about 6 weeks, is the best book on entrepreneurship that I have ever read. This is Disciplined Entrepreneurship by Bill Aulet, who is a professor at the Sloan School. And Aulet teaches this class to his graduate students in the B School. And it takes, it takes 12 weeks. It's a 3 credit class. And we do it in 6 weeks, and we do 4 chapters a week. There are 24 chapters, so that's 4 chapters a week. And out of those chapters come a lot of exercises and examples, as well as questions that need to be answered about your particular business and your beachhead, and many other items that may not be too obvious to you. If you don't do anything else, buy this book by Aulet and read it. I caution you, though, that reading it on your own will give you only about 5 to 10% of the value of the book. And when you go through it in detail and answer all the questions, and you have someone coaching you and inspecting your answers, you're going to get a lot more out of it. I had a student in the class, and we were, I don't know, the 3rd week, and we were probably on chapter 15 or so. And I said, hey, I want you to take a look at this particular figure in chapter 12 or 15. I forgot what chapter it is. I want you to take a look at that particular figure and see how it relates to your presentation. How does it relate to your business? How does it relate to your company? And then the next session, this student came back and said, I don't think it relates to my business, so I couldn't